Hello, James.
Hello.
You've got my Goodridge ABS specific hoses, Goodridge, out of their box.
Yep, just looking at location and where to go and what we've got in the kit. I think it's pretty straightforward, to be honest with you. That one looks like it comes from there down to there, and then we've got an over one which I suspect is that. And I have no idea where that one probably goes. Probably goes from the masts and there
Down to there somewhere.
down to there we go, into there. Look.
Ah.
Same fitting.
Okay. Gotcha. Because it doesn't actually come with any instructions.
Life doesn't, does it?
I know you don't need any instructions, but I did find it odd they didn't come with any. But they might normally, because I know they rushed these out to me because this was the first set they made for them. So it could be, because we've had this before when we've had stuff rushed out to us, haven't we?
It's pretty self-explanatory, really, in that you've got a double banjo there, you've got a double banjo there, you've got the hose here, it's got the same fitting on the top there.
Yep.
That's going to come down to there, one over the top, and that one, as we just said, we'll just offer that as there and put that in there.
Happy days.
Yeah,
Cool.
you know,
We crack on.
crack on.
So first step is to remove fast bikes,
Hang on,
pop it back on, rewind. Okay.
I don't know what to put that there.
Oh
But that's just,
no! That was there. Can I tell you why that's there?
Why?
Because Andy Saunders, who's a good friend of ours, obviously used to work for Fast Bikes magazine, stuffed it in there thinking it'd be funny, right? However, I know Andy better than he knows himself, and I know that over time that will eat at him because it'll be there and it'll bug him, and you've just ruined it.
I'll put something else.
Okay, what's the first step?
Removing this sheath.
The sheath, the Fast Bikes sheath, lovely.
And then we've got to drain this fluid
Yep.
from here, otherwise what will happen is, because we're going to take the brake lines off, it will all just pour over, so we use the sucker and suck it all out and
Roger.
drain the system a little bit.
Let's get sucking.
Right.
Do you remember our thing had prolapsed all last time? How is it? It's prolapsed again.
Because the vacuum's forming.
Yeah. Don't you remember last time it was proper?
Yeah, it was proper nicky knacker nude.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah, but
Nicky-nacky.
the different fluid helped.
Yeah. Just,
Stop poking the prolapse.
yeah,
There we
but prolapse you've got to put back.
That's true. It's very good. True. Leaving it out won't be helpful.
No, it's extremely dangerous.
Exactly. Exactly.
For all concerned.
Yes.
Right.
Squeezy, sucky thing.
Yeah, just suck it out. Bit of sewing. Using. Oh.
Okay. Suckered, outeded.
Out of the suck. What you see, darling?
Oh, darling. You're just doing up the first of the lines, aren't you, James? After the other one was a bit of a bugger to get off,
Yeah, it's ever so tight.
wasn't it?
Ever so tight and difficult to get into, but
We're there now.
we're there now. I just nip it up.
Right. You've taken that banjo bolt out, and it won't,
Yep.
which won't focus.
Which is,
Yep.
it's just mild steel, like plated. Nothing wrong with it. But the kit comes with new ones, nice stainless steel ones, with new washers. So we're going to fit that back in when we fit that
Lovely.
top hose on.
Fantastico.
Fantastico. Different colours.
Yeah, they come in 14 different colours, or maybe it might even be 16.
They look very OEM.
I suppose they do, yeah.
Like,
Yeah. No, they do 14 or 15 or 16 different colours. I can't remember.
15, 16?
I can't remember exactly which, but it's definitely 14 minimum.
They look very like Yam OEM braided designs from factory.
Yeah. Right, James. So just a bleed to do now.
Yeah.
And that was a bit tricky because of the standard bolts, wasn't it?
Yeah, but it's not the line's fault. It's just
No.
that bolt the I don't know, the brake line fittings have gone in and belled out, and the nuts don't actually undo anymore. So when you try and do it, it rounded off the actual hexagon of it. So I had my brake pipe spanner and it rounded that off, and in the end we went to good old Mr. Mole Grip, hold it, and then turn the line, and it all come undone, sweetens up.
But you were just saying the actual Goodridge kit is actually alright, it's pretty good.
It's a good kit.
Yeah.
You know, they've moved a long way forward, because they used to be not the best fitting.
Right, but these fit perfectly.
These fit perfect, and we've had no issues with anything whatsoever.
Brilliant.
Highly recommended.
Oh, wow. Okay, they've got the double thumbs up teeth out.
They're my teeth. Severe anxiety. This is the section where you break your wrists to bleed your brakes.
Wrist braking.
Sorry, John.
That's alright, John. Hi.
Thanks for doing that job, James. Next time he needs a service, mate, you think about doing it or?
Yeah, I said we would. But you wouldn't wait, would you? We're all fucking doomed.
They'll be there for hours.
We're all fucking doomed. The world is fucking nigh. Can you see it a bit here?
Right, mate, we're hoping the brake's going to be good on this. I was just saying to you before that some people have replaced the master cylinders.
Yeah, what a brilliant idea.
Well, yeah. Well, it is replace the master cylinders to fix the brakes, but you were saying only if the ABS is disconnected.
Well, my theory behind it
Yeah.
is that you're working with a pressure system, right? A hydraulic, whatever you want to call it, right, Jim? You have electronics which are pre-programmed and predetermined to do X, Y, and Z to open valves accordingly based upon pressure and wheel speed. Okay, because you have pressure sensors built into this braking system.
Yeah.
Okay, via the valve bin. Now, if you change the master cylinder and increase your pressure along a given hose, that's now going to have an effect on the valve bin. So when you apply a brake at high speed and put the brake on, initially you might find fun. I'm just very sceptical. These systems that they're putting on these bikes are very, very well developed. And these massive cylinders are very well developed. And they've all been developed together.
If someone were to, for example, just change the master cylinder and leave everything else as is, as we go down the line, there could potentially be a problem.
It's not how it was designed to work under that pressure.
Right. Okay.
Yeah,
So
what systems are they using on there? Bosch systems?
yeah. So yeah. No. You make your point. So because I mean, I've been trying to get the brakes better bit by bit. So we've done pads. You did fluid for me. Now we're doing lines.
To use Nolan's term,
Yeah.
it's mechatronic.
Ooh, I like that. Tell me more.
It's mechanical and electronic.
Yeah. Mechatronic. Nice.
Right, it's the only way to describe it, is mechatronic. You have a mechanical input into an electronic output. Now, if your mechanical input changes, your electrical output is going to change.
That's a good point. For a system that's been designed to work a certain way within certain parameters
It
and
might
certain.
even have a blow off on it. So for argument's sake, a worst case scenario, and I'm probably completely wrong here because I'm not a physicist or claim to be one. I haven't designed this system, but for argument's sake, it may have a pressure release on it. So when you apply that brake at one time when you really, really want it, I'm not talking about just going down to your shops and put the brake on ABS. I'm talking about when you really want that brake,
Yeah.
it then fails.
Well, yeah, because the ABS might go and then it'll just release it all, and Yeah, no, fair
I
point.
know from our point of view,
Yeah.
from the insurance point of view, all right, changing your master cylinder from an OEM master cylinder on an ABS system bike is a no-no.
Interesting.
And as a
Interesting.
professional, if we were to do it or advised to do it, if you went to court because there was a fatality or anything involved in it, and this stuff happens. I'm not scaremongering. I'm just saying this is reality. This happens. As the professional, I give the wrong advice.
That's true.
I can be held liable.
Of course you can.
So
Yeah.
we've taken the decision to go, no, Brembo don't offer a master cylinder for it. They offer a race one,
Yeah.
but it's not for the ABS system.
So you'll only fit master cylinders to different master cylinders with different pressures to non-ABS bikes or bikes that had ABS removed.
There are plenty of, we can make lines up and so forth.
Yeah.
Goodridge, Hell, and all the line manufacturers make lines for non-ABS bikes or ABS delete. You can get delete systems and so forth and so on, so you can get rid of ABS lights, and you get rid of the pump, and so, or you can just leave the pump on in place and just make your lines up.
Yeah. Okay. No, that's fair
But
enough.
that
Mate.
ECU knows it's there then as well.
Yeah. Yeah. That's true. No, fair enough, mate. Fair enough.
And always rear wipe, never front wipe. Right, I'm happy with that, Benj.
Good, mate. Happy days. Right, James, we're here because my pads are coming to the end of their life, and they've started to grind a little bit on the discs. And you're going to tell us why?
Well, they're grinding because the grooves that are here and here to clear the dust out of the way, okay, are now full up and full up, stroke worn away. So subsequently, you get in the brake material actually lie on it and roll in it, and it's quite an abrasive material, so it causes nasty noises and so forth.
Gotcha.
So we're gonna just, it doesn't matter, this isn't the way to do it if you've got good pads. These pads are worn out, so it's quite okay to do this, but I wouldn't ever do this on a set of pads that you're going to reuse.
Yeah.
Alright? Don't ever do it. If I find you do it, I'll come in and slap you. There's nothing left.
Yeah, done, done, done.
Done. There's a new one.
Yeah. Nada
You
left.
see? You feel how abrasive that is.
Yeah, that's what's been scoring the disc.
Yeah. The material's just coming off in bigger chunks because it's lost its life and it's just scoring stuff up.
Yeah.
The pad itself, regarding, if we talk up with my MOT tester's hat on, it's legal still.
Right.
But the braking efficiency is dramatically reduced.
Yeah.
And the performance has just gone off the scale.
Yeah.
They should have been changed probably last month.
Yeah. Yeah. Well, they've done 2,600 miles, which isn't bad for road and track pads.
Well, these are racing ones, like it's
Exactly.
cracking. That's cracking. That's more than you'd ever expect from anything like this.
And what we're going to do is, I've got another set of these SC compound road and tracks here, as you can see, to swap on. What we're going to do is get some other similar brake pads, and we're going to test these, aren't we? On your thingy.
On my thingy, on my brake.
We're going to use your thingy.
My thingy.
Yeah. So I'm thinking maybe EBC, SBS, something like that. Just put them up against. What do you reckon?
Yeah, whatever.
Yeah.
They're all going to be good. Ultimately, it comes down to not my brake roller tester, but ultimately it come down to G-forces and so forth and brake efficiency testing actually on the road. So braking times.
Yeah.
They've got to be reduced and so forth and so on, and grab, and we'd need some specialist equipment and a man with a white coat.
I think I can probably do the white coat.
Yeah, but that's a bit pervy, isn't it?
It is a tiny bit pervy, yeah. All right. Thank you, James.
Got no noise now, Benj.
No, no noise.
Good brake.
Yeah.
Good brakes.
Explain what the numbers mean.
Well, we're looking at the weight at the bottom.
Yeah.
That's the weight of the bike with me on it.
Okay.
And then you break in kilograms force, it's 105 kilograms force to make it lock.
Right.
So that's quite a good break.
Awesome.
And most bikes are around about sort of 85 to 90.
Yeah.
This is pretty much up there. Let's do it again. Consider it's new pads as well.
Yeah.
And we just put a steady roll on it, just see what the braking force is like, and then bang, 105. That's good.
Yeah. Sweet. Right, James, I'm just diving on you because something we spoke about recently, the MOT has changed
Yes.
quite severely, and there are a couple of little things that people may not realise that could actually see them having to leave their bike.
Well, the MOT side of things has changed in the way failures are given out now. You have a major and a dangerous failure. If you're given a dangerous failure, you can't legally ride that bike away from the MOT station, as I read it. And I think as Vosa is put it down on their website with the up-to-date Vosa rules on it from the 20th of May of this year. But subsequently, there are some very trivial items that will cause that, but there are also some major items that will cause that to happen.
Yeah.
And all this can be viewed on the Vosa website. So go to it, go and look at it. Because what you don't want to do is present your bike for an MOT and then find it doesn't pass. So one time a day, if you had a race can on it, for everything, or a can which is an open type baffle, not with markings, not for road use or race use only, because it's a failure straight away. An MOT tester who would pass that is a fool. Right? He's on a Highland or nothing. Okay, but for argument's sake, if you have a aftermarket can fitted and the MOT tester can clearly see that that can was supplied with a baffle, put it in, because that bike will then not adhere, if you didn't have that baffle fitted, adhere to the MOT wording. It's now changed. You can't give an advisory on it.
Right.
It's a pass or a fail. So if someone comes from MOT and they have a can that doesn't have a baffle in it and it's clearly louder than the bike in similar condition of age and condition and so forth, it's a fail. You can't advise on it anymore.
Right.
They're clamping down on this stuff slowly but surely.
And little things just like reflectors.
Reflectors can be a dangerous fail.
Yeah.
It sounds ridiculous, but if you're testing a bike and it has lights on it and so forth, the reflector is part of the MOT test and that's taken quite seriously. So go to the Vosa website and look at it.
Thank you, James.
Thank you, Ben.
So then, that is the Goodridge ABS lines fitted, and I am happy to report that the brakes are now as I would like them. Yes, win-win. Now, yeah, I know loads of guys have said, oh, now I've changed the master cylinder and blanked off the ABS and stuff like that, and I totally get why you'd want to do that. And changing the master cylinder straight away would probably, definitely have sorted my worries out with it. But I wanted to do it a different way for two reasons. First off, I wanted to see if I could do it as cheaply as possible. Sometimes even just a set of pads will work wonders. We had that with the Yamaha MT10, chuck the pads in, boom, brakes are absolutely sorted. This time it's taken a little bit more fiddling, so we've had the Brembo Road and Track pads, which lasted a good 2,500 miles plus. And as you've seen, I've just put a fresh set in, and the fresh set of the Brembo pads, we changed the fluid in a blog a little while ago, as you might remember, and then we've now had these Goodridge lines. Now we've only put the front ones on for the time being. There is a reason for that as well, but I'm going to get to that in a later blog. Excuse me. But what I'm pleased with is the other reason why I wanted to do it this way, which was because a lot of people out there, they won't want to get rid of their ABS. They'll want to keep it. So I wanted to go about this in a way that would keep the ABS. But otherwise, you know, the guys of you out there who've done this, who've said, "I just changed the master cylinder and blanked off the ABS." Well, yeah, that would. You're right. That would sort it. As it is, it's taken a couple £100 worth of gear to get the brakes as I like, but now I'm getting that first bit of movement, that first bit of lever movement. It's still working, and actually, I mean, the master cylinder itself is a soft touch master cylinder, comes as standard from Suzuki, and I quite like an initial soft touch, but it was way too soft, like especially when it got especially when it got really hot. So that's great. I'm really pleased about that. And next up, you'll see, will be the rotor box wheels, because I've fitted those, which has also led on to something else, because they sent a much smaller rear sprocket than I was expecting. I was expecting a standard 45 tooth OE sprocket. They didn't send that. They sent a 43 tooth. Now I was giving some thought to lengthening the gearing anyway, maybe by 1 tooth, because I was getting really narked when I'm on the motorways cruising at a reasonably high speed, and it's revving its tits off, and the fuel is just being absolutely slurped at a ridiculous rate. So anyway, this ordering mistake, which is how I ended up with a 43 teeth one, means I've kind of been able to find out now and what could happen. So yeah, next one, wheels, etc. Cheers guys, bye.